We have confirmation on the new G-Shock Rangeman GPR-H1000. It's set to drop January. This is according to gcentral.com. It comes in two colors. It has the black color and the yellow color. Which one are you going to choose? All right. Leave your answers below. And while you're thinking about it, let me tell you guys a story, okay? Yesterday, I had a job out there in Jal, New Mexico, and I was coming back into Texas on 128. And this is like middle of nowhere part of Texas, and it's just, vacant land. It's very flat. Looks like those stock footage pictures where the road it's a 2-lane road that just goes off into the distance. It goes off to the vanishing point. And this coyote crossed the street, and I love it when that happens. It's really cool when a coyote crosses the street. First of all, they stand out to the blue pavement. I think they're really cool looking animals. I know that ranchers hate coyotes. They can scavenge and they can attack livestock. But this one was very healthy. He must have gotten into the trash trailer on a drilling rig or something because he had a lush coat. He wasn't mangy at all. And he looked like he was enjoying life. So, yeah, I'm going to say that, he got into a one of those dumpster trailers, probably helping himself to a lot of discarded Dickey's barbecue that they bring out to the drilling rigs. But anyways, when a coyote crosses the street, I look at where he crossed the street, and then as I drive by it, I look in the direction that he was headed, and I see if I can spot him again. And yesterday, I couldn't find him. As soon as he crossed the street, poof, he was gone, right? I couldn't see him because of camouflage, right? That coyote had terrific camouflage. It was perfect for his environment, which is, the grassy desert, the scrubby brush everywhere and like the caliche dirt out there in West Texas, okay? And so I was thinking that camouflage is awesome. I need more clothes that are exactly that color of the coyote. And then it dawned on me that so much tactical gear is coyote color. That's what they call it. It's like, the tan color. You go to 511 or an Army surplus store or Cabela's or whatever. Almost all tactical gear is offered in black color, an olive color, which is green, or coyote color, which is tan. And that coyote's great for this environment, which is the desert, right? And so you can also get this coyote color in a tactical item from Garmin, and that is the Instinct 2X Tactical. This particular wearable has a GPS and has a stealth mode, which shuts off the Bluetooth, and it is in this coyote color, a tactical color, and it looks great. Okay, so Casio releases this new Rangeman, and it's in the same price range as the Garmin 2X Solar. Similar features, heart rate monitoring and GPS capabilities, and G-Central says that it's going to be about 66,000 yen in Japan, which is about $464 in the US, but that price is not confirmed. But still, same price range as the Instinct 2 Solar. In a yellow color or a black color. Where's the coyote color? Is Casio G-Shock serious about a survival watch? If so, then they ought to have tactical colors, right? I mean, black is a pretty good color in terms of not standing out, but too much black can make you stand out in the desert, right? If a jaguar crossed the street in front of my truck, I would be able to spot him, right? Because the black would stand out from the tan caliche and all the, greenish brown mesquite that's around here. And obviously yellow is intentionally a standout color. Like venomous animals are often yellow as a warning. Bumblebees, they're yellow. They have stingers, right? So it's like a warning, okay? So yellow is the wrong color for tactical environments, for camouflage. I mean, maybe you could say that yellow would be a good camouflage in a banana forest, But it would have to be, all the bananas would have to be ripe, because if bananas are not ripe, they're green, and then you'd still stand out if it's yellow, right? Black, I guess, would be all right at night, but I mean, at night, I don't think that you have to worry as much about the colors. You probably need to worry about, night vision detection, which is a whole different story. But anyways, the point is that Casio G-Shock is not serious about their new Rangeman, given the color selections, black or yellow. There's no tactical color, right? Where's the coyote color? It's not there. And that's a crying shame, because Garmin already has that coyote color in their Instinct 2X Solar. And a lot of people, in my last video about the Rangeman, kind of going over it, a lot of commenters are really not happy, okay? Erkan Vural 3621 says, someone should explain from Casio G-Shock department why they dressed the GPR-H1000 as a Rangeman. I just don't get it. Rangeman is supposed to be a survival watch only and navigate points of view, save points, etc. on a map. Without a map, it doesn't matter. This watch is nonsense for me. I'd buy a GPR-H1000. At least it's designed better. I still don't see any difference between them in terms of technology and features. If someone explains to me, I'd be happy. All right, yeah, so this gentleman is picked up on what a lot of people have noticed right off the bat, that this new Rangeman is just a GPR-H1000 module in like a different skin, different shell. And I'm kind of excited about it. I mean, I plan on picking one up. Like at first I was thinking, the yellow, I mean, it looks kind of cool. Some camping stuff is yellow, right? Like a lot of camping stuff you get, like if you go to like, I don't know, Kelty or just go to REI or L Bean, and there's a lot of backpacks and sleeping bags and stuff that have bright, vibrant colors. I think that, it stands out on the shelf, and colors really express people's mood and personality. So as far as the new Rangeman being like a camping watch or a trekking watch, I could see it being yellow. Okay, but for a tactical watch, the yellow is obviously just no good at all, right? Even the new Rangeman that has yellow accents, which I call DeWalt accents, those little accents are still kind of, they stand out a little bit. You're better off with Milwaukee accents. But anyways, yeah, to this gentleman's point is that the Rangeman has become known to the G-Shock community as being that survivalist watch, and that's from the GPR B1000, which Termit has. I'm looking for Termit's comment. I can't find it. Termit is a huge fan of that big boy, the GPR B1000, which is the Rangeman that came out, I think it was 2018, I want to say, and it's discontinued, but it has like a huge following. And I looked on eBay, you can't get one for less than $600. If it's in good shape, it's more like $8,000 or $1,000, and brand new, it's like a lot of money. They're asking a lot of money for that Rangeman. So the GW9400 is the original Rangeman, and you can still get that one. That one has the same functionality as a Mudman, but the Rangeman name was given to this kind of Garmin solar power or Garmin style solar G-Shock watch that had some navigational capabilities and a GPS. And so in people's mind, the Rangeman is a survival watch, and this new one is just not it. Right, it's just a GP or a GPR-H1000 with some mud resistant capabilities and a different body. Okay, like Pa Kokpu says, sorry, but this is not a Rangeman. It's ugly, hormone ridden H2000 plus. The original H2000 is the 2023 Product Design of the Year award. This thing is doped up joke. Yeah, okay, so he says it pretty bluntly, right? Hormone ridden. I guess I don't know what hormone he's talking about, probably estrogen, right? Hormone ridden, or maybe he means like, maybe he could explain. I don't know. Hormone ridden, obviously pejorative. estrogen, or maybe it's done too much anabolics to the point that it's like adrenal system's worn down, and now like it's bulked up, but not in a healthy way. Maybe that's what he's saying. Neftali Hernandez says nothing like GW9400 and GPR-B1000. Those are absolutely survivors watches, not a smartwatch. This new one is just for sports activities. That's good, but never called Rangeman. All right, so he makes a good point too. I mean, like, again, the Rangeman, that name should be for a survival watch, not one that's like that's really dependent on the Bluetooth, like the this new one is. And Mr. Carpen 7, or Mr. Carpenter, but the T is a 7, says, why do we need a heart rate sensor on a Rangeman? All right, this is a whole nother topic. I think I'll make a whole nother video about this, but there's a psychological factor into buying. When you purchase something that costs a lot of money, if there's a perceived health benefit, then you're much more likely to spend the money. That's why they put heart rate monitors on Apple Watches. But I think that the marketing reason for them adding the heart rate monitor to this new Rangeman is that they already had the GBD-H1000 module with a heart rate monitor, and so they just dress it up, call it a Rangeman. So that's it. That's, you know, Casio reuses a lot of modules. But the other reason is that Garmin has a heart rate monitor, so it has to compete function for function with Garmin, and so they have to check that box that has heart rate monitor. So the point of my video is that if they want to do that, if they want to bring the war to Garmin, let's get some tactical colors. Dyna Harmony says, it seems as though the GW9500 and the GW9400 are the last proper standalone rugged outdoor watches from G-Shock. I love that I can go out with those watches on and know it will just exist perfectly on my wrist without needing a connection or cable to charge. I often go out without my phone, and they're the watches I take when I do. Personally, I much prefer these over the more modern Bluetooth-style H2000 semi-smart situation. I wish Casio would have kept that going. I have all three and can't really see much difference in this new Rangeman in the H2000 apart from the trekking thing and obviously appearance. The sports-style heart rate Bluetooth stuff should be kept away from the Rangeman and Mudman. Before long, their whole range of watches will just be a variation of the H2000 module. I love the H2000, don't get me wrong, but it is a sports watch, not a hiking outdoor survival watch like the Master of G's. Even the new Mudmaster has Bluetooth and requires app for certain things. Sad times. Yeah, exactly. That's my big gripe. So Dyna Harmony said that very well. And yeah, the H2000, it's like, this is like, seems like this new G Squad type of operating system is the way they're going. And there's two huge flaws in the basic watch functions of this G Squad, which is that the stopwatch doesn't have tenths of a second, never like hundredths of a second, who cares, but tenths of a second doesn't even have that. So the stopwatch for sports, if you're a football coach, you can't even time the 40-yard dash with these so-called fitness watches, right? That's stupid. And then the timers don't go, I think they go up to 60 minutes, right? So right now I'm wearing a Mudman, and I started the stopwatch 259 hours ago. All right, I'm trying to get this thing up to the 1,000 hours on the stopwatch of this Mudman that I'm wearing right now. With the GBD-H2000, I can't do that. And so, not sure 88066 says, man, I wish they'd get off the Pulse Monitor smartwatch wagon. I mean, it's already part of the module, and it's a crying shame. I think, everybody was hoping that they'd update the GPR-B1000, to have better navigation. I think that that's really the function that sets apart the GPR-B1000 from this new GPR-H1000. Is that the older Rangeman has some types of navigation. One other issue that I want to talk about with this new Rangeman is that it has this trekking feature. Okay, so we're all assuming that the module of the new Rangeman is the same as the GBD-H1000. So what's the difference? Why buy this new Rangeman? Well, the new Rangeman has a trekking function. Okay, so we're walking down the path where both of these watches are capable of having a trekking function, right? There's nothing hardware-wise that makes this new Rangeman capable of trekking where the GBD-H1000 is incapable of trekking. Because as far as I know, the trekking would just ping, get your GPS coordinates less frequently than it would if you were running, right? And would also add in altitude measurements, right? And so that function, that code that allows the Rangeman to do trekking could be ported to the GBD-H1000, but they won't do that because they want to have a differentiation between the two models. So that means we're walking down the path where they're going to like hit certain watches with a cripple hammer to make you pay up for watches that you don't want, right? Which is what we don't like to see businesses doing, but that's the way that they're going. And then the next step going down this path would be subscription-based model for features, which all of this software programming would allow. And that's for a lot of us, that's going to be a line that we're not going to go down with G-Shock. We don't want to see that. We all want that rugged, standalone features of a watches without having to plug it in, without having to update, without having to have terms of service where you agree, give your email address just to use a watch. That's where we're headed, and we don't like to see that. And RB2112 says, personally, I think Casio was in a rush again, just as we were with a GSW H1000. A Rangeman doesn't need all the fitness functions, but that is the same with a Garmin Instinct. Make a solar watch with useful outdoor functions like GPS, ABC, sunrise, sunset, tide, moon, and backtracking. Nothing more, just basic. I agree with RB2112 that when it comes to GPSs, like where I go, you can't use directions, right? Where I go, we're driving trucks, in the desert. There's no road. Like the road was just graded and watered down a little bit. It's just caliche. It's just dirt. It's going to a drilling rig. So the idea that a GPS is going to tell me which way to go, it doesn't know. There's no road. There's no directions it could give me. But I use the breadcrumbs. I really want those breadcrumbs. When I go out on a path, I'd like to be able to follow that back. And so that's at work, But the same thing when I'm hiking, I want to know, like, if I park the van somewhere and I go hiking, I want to save the GPS coordinates of where I parked the van, where me and my boys hit the trail. Obviously, if we're in a national or state park, the trails are pretty well. There's a lot of trail markers, but sometimes if you're going hiking on a ranch or somewhere, there might not be as robust as trails. You don't want to get lost, so you want to be able to follow your path and know the GPS coordinates of where to return. Backtracking and breadcrumbs. That's what's most important to me, and that's what I was hoping that the GBD-H1000 would have. Because it does have a GPS. It doesn't. I'm hoping the new Rangeman does, but I'm not holding my breath because a lot of us are, I think, we're all seeing that it's functionally pretty much the GBD-H1000. But yeah, Rangeman, the fitness functions, I'm not so dead set against them like a lot of you guys are, because when I go hiking, I do think it's interesting to see, what type of load my system is under. But it's not a deal breaker. I mean, I can enjoy expeditions and hiking without knowing, what's my heart rate. But yeah, GPS, ABC, sunrise, sunset, tide, moon, and backtracking. And I would add breadcrumbs. That would be the features that I'd want to see, right? And then, like the compass has to be better, which I made another rant video about that. AdaBC27 says it would be cool to take the yellow Rangeman at work to dip it in the oil and stuff. And yeah, I was actually thinking about buying the yellow just because it looks so pretty to like really get it beaten up. Like the yellow is a fashion statement. You know, I think the yellow looks cool, but tactically speaking, like, you know, $450 or whatever it's ultimately going to cost. That's a lot of money to spend, you know, on something that can't be used tactically. You know, like that yellow Ed Sheeran watch. I was half thinking about getting it just to abuse it, just, you know, because it would be funny. It's yellow, you know, and just to really beat it up, and it's supposed to be a collector's item. I mean, it would make interesting videos to try and destroy the yellow Rangeman. And now that the Adebisi mentions it, I'm thinking about it a little more. But the yellow is very impractical for tactical uses. And since it's a G-Shock and probably wouldn't get destroyed, I'd be stuck with a yellow watch on my wrist. And when the UN troops start storming our country looking for people who eat meat and don't recycle bottles and cans, you know, I don't want to make it easy for them to find me when I'm hiding in the bush. Stephen Kopko 5943 says the Rangeman will be the successor to the original GPR-B1000, which has since been discontinued. I don't like the direction Casio is going with this new, quote, smart Rangeman, end quote. I do not want to be tethered to an app on a smartphone just to get or see what I am doing. And that's true. Casio is chasing ghosts, chasing after these consumers who in focus groups say that they like Bluetooth, but when it comes down to actually buying that watch, they're not going to do it. But the core group of G-Shock aficionados like me and Stephen Kopko, like, we want basic watches, and Casio they're stabbing their core their core customers in the back. So that's what I have to say about the Rangeman. G Central has confirmed, according to gcentral.com, it's confirmed to be coming out in January. I'm pretty excited. I do plan on purchasing it. I do plan on testing it. And it's pretty redundant to my GPR-H1000, but I'm going to have my oldest son, who's an athlete, test out the GPR-H1000, and, you know, we'll see how useful it is as a fitness watch to a real athlete. You know, because I've been using it for my own purposes. I am just a middle-aged, overweight man trying to get back in shape. I did find the GPR-H1000 to be useful, but I was apprehensive about bringing it to work. So this new Rangeman, I think, would be a good compromise. You know, a fitness watch that I can wear to work without worrying about it being destroyed. So that's why I'm getting it where I plan to, depending on the cost and everything. But I am very sad to see Casio like heck bent on going in this direction. You know, with all the smartwatch features and everything. And I really want to sit them down. I think we should all sit down Casio and just tell them that all the functions that they put on a watch should be completely usable without any app at all. They need to improve the interface with the watch itself so that the connectivity to the phone is optional, right? And that's my point of contention. That if they really think that as a business they have to add Bluetooth to survive, all right, go ahead. But I want a kill switch for the Bluetooth, which the Garmin Instinct 2X has stealth mode, so it will shut off the Bluetooth without turning off the GPS. I want to see that on the new Rangeman, and I want to be able to change all the parameters on the watch from the watch, so that if I choose not to hook it up to my phone, I can use and enjoy the watch that way. Gentlemen, let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm Jim Kinkade. Thanks for watching.